I see some potential here for Army Geniuses in terms of the whole length of this series. Like we're just playing a series of two, a best of two. So we're not looking for a 2-1 result or like a tie into another stretched out game. It's just going to be two maps. So I feel like AG could have the energy for this. It's their only series today. Fnatic has to play another one after this. They were already in the lobby like 25 minutes before the game started. We're waiting for one of the AG players to arrive. Not sure if, like you said, if they're boot camping, potentially having like a team meeting or something like that. But I feel like Fnatic's gonna hit hard, like from the early minutes, and I feel like they want to draft that way as well. But we're gonna get the Storm Spirit. I like the idea because Bane's already picked out one of the worst heroes for the Storm to play up against, especially in team fights. But there's still a couple counters kind of looming in the air, maybe especially the mid matchup, which might just come in as with the Batrider versus Storm.
I'd
Potentially.
say that Storm is like on paper it's a nice counter to Batrider,
Mm-hmm.
especially with Marcy because Marcy can rotate mid early on, and if you do take runes from Batrider, then his game can be ruined and Storm can snowball from that. But I'd like to see like Fnatic picking some maybe Beast or Lycan kind of Zoo hero right now because they don't have heroes that can really deal with this right now.
Yeah, no way, no AoE to clear out. That's true. Have they actually played Lycan? I remember some team was playing Lycan. Jay's played Visage, which
He
is
plays a
still in the
lot of
pool.
Beasts. I know this as well,
All right.
but I'm
Could be
not
a beast
sure if
game.
they
Radiant team pick.
Luna.
You're going to opt
So
for
they
the
just
Luna.
so they want some kind of lane dominator on top, which they have already. Luna dying is a great combo, especially with the Luna blessing being global now. So everyone on the map
Only
can have
10
like
seconds.
bonus 20 damage, which is
Mm.
pretty big if
5
you ask me.
seconds
Makes
remain.
laning a lot easier.
Imagine if the zombies would get it too.
Uh,
It could be pretty obnoxious, right?
yes, Dark Queller. Some kind of catch for Storm. Dark Queller is like a counter to Storm because of his Q, and you can combo it up with his Fear as well, which makes it very hard for
10
Storm to play the
seconds
game.
to pick.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Root's pretty
5
handy. You can
seconds.
also
Hurry,
pull
hurry.
the lasso into a bramble maze to get a
Yeah,
continuation, which is
yeah.
deadly for the Storm pre-BKB. That works nicely. AG's running out of drafting time too, so probably thought this Storm pick for a lot of time, but now I think they're kind of cornered here. Fnatic's got a
Radiant's
lot of
banner.
good aspects into their draft. They're going to bring out the
Skywrath
Sky. It is handy, but I don't feel the Sky just gives enough.
No, I feel like so from the looks of it, this is either Marcy carry or offlane, and
Dire's
if
ban.
this is
Radiant's
gonna be a
ban.
Marcy offlane with Skywrath, then I'm not sure how they're gonna win this lane. But I'm
Mm.
willing for AG to prove me wrong. I just don't see how Undying can lose
Dire's
against
ban.
Marcy Skywrath because they're not
Radiant
really
team are now
dealing with
picking.
the Undying itself, and then you have Luna to back up the Sky and Marcy. I
Yep,
mean
yep.
the Undying. They ban out the Beast and Lycan, like I said, pre-Zoo game, so they get rid of that.
It
Pretty
is
obvious.
it is starting to feel like
Only
AG
10
wants to play
seconds.
the 4 Sky, put Bane as a 5, and put
Dire
offlane
team
Marcy.
pick.
Womi's played one game of offlane Marcy. There's the Visage I was talking about earlier on, because the Beastmaster ended up being banned. The Lycan got banned, so that's one unit with some extra micro on top of it. I feel like Fnatic has a really well-rounded draft, and all you've got tower
Yeah.
damage, you've got initiation,
10
you've got
seconds to
counter
pick.
initiation, you have wave clear. And AG just
5
can't
seconds
kind of.
remain.
I don't think they can deal with all these tools that Fnatic has.
They bring out the punch. Oh,
Choose your hero.
that's interesting.
So
I feel like
BP Pudge.
Fnatic have the better upper hand just because they have a stronger 5-man, especially with Luna Blessing working with the birds. It's a pretty underrated thing people
Mm-hmm.
don't really think about much. They have the Bat Rider for side lanes. I wonder how they will deal with this Batrider because he's gonna be a big issue in the game. Maybe they'll bring a lot of heroes mid to help Storm have a better game to snowball the game.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
I guess you gotta live off of those support rotations. Like Sky's very mobile, so as a support hero, I feel like
yeah.
Vince could have an impact. And also notice that we are most likely are we playing with a stand-in? I don't see Narman here in the roster. So how does Vince kind of sit in this one? Saw that AG were playing some pretty interesting drafts at the start of the Pro Series. They were playing like Gyro 5s and Faces Void 4s in the same draft. I was like, are you guys winning with this draft or not? It just feels like it's out of place. But maybe this one looks a bit more standard, at least in terms of their support duo. But having Marcy in the off lane with this guy, I feel like they can do damage, but you talked about how good Undying is versus two heroes. Like, this could be the key change for Fnatic to win that safe lane.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, Fnatic maybe have a bit of an upper hand here in the draft, but what's the most important thing to watch here between how these drafts are kind of enveloping? The laning stage, of course, is very important, but is it like, do you need to win 2 lanes? Or is this like, are you happy with tying lanes and you can still dominate in the mid game?
I think with this Pudge it makes the pick very interesting because Fnatic, I mean, I'm not sure about this Pudge. I think they want to pick Pudge to win the lane top against Visage.
Mm-hmm.
But the main focus right now is to look at mid mainly because whichever mid hero has the better game will snowball this game and carry because AG only have really single target spells. I mean, they only have a Bane to catch this Batrider on the side lanes when they're gonna be split pushing. And I think AG need to pull something up to win these side lanes as well because if Fnatic do win the lanes, they can just snowball very hard with the race pack timing on Visage and just start 5-manning on lanes. And AG don't really have a real response to it.
Yeah, yeah. I also feel like this is kind of like, it is pretty dependent on how good of a lane Storm's gonna get. Like, is he gonna get killed early on? How do the dives gonna happen with the Batrider versus Storm? Like, seeing some of the Batrider players look for that aggression at level 4, level 5, maybe, and go straight under the tower. Is a support gonna rotate in to help? Does Bat get the kill? Does Bat get killed himself? And how those impact into the minutes to come. Because Storm and Pudge, they both feel like they need to snowball a bit to make this work.
Yeah. I mean, AG do have a good timing as well, but it's a little later in the stage of the game, and I'm curious how they're gonna react to Fnatic's strong early 5-man with the Wraith Pact, how they're gonna deal with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because once Pudge gets the Vanguard Axe and possibly BKB, then it'll be hard for Fnatic to deal with this. But, you know.
Can never know what happens. At least in terms of past performance, AG, they were able to take a victory off of Boom, one of the TI attending teams. So here they're given an opportunity to do the same against another TI team, Fnatic, who already qualified for TI 11 earlier on. So could be a bit of a statement game for them if they're capable of pulling it off either in game 1 or game 2. Could be a big moral victory for them. Fnatic, in the eyes of TI teams playing a pre-TI tournament, kind of, what's your take on this? You're a pro player, so would you rather boot camp scrims and regular games, personal games, or would you boot camp a tournament before a tournament?
I think it depends on the team, honestly, because with scrims, I know a lot of teams before like TI would lose a lot of scrims. Like TI9, I think TI9 OG or TI8, they lost every scrim or like 80% of the scrims before TI9, and they somehow managed to win. You know, like it doesn't really impact the team itself, but like I think the team morale does get affected when you do lose a lot. But I think tournaments can also give like some kind of understanding of where you are in the meta and if you think you're right. Because some people do depend on like results to kind of
Yeah. So it's like a mental game.
kind of confirm where they're at.
It's always a good aspect to look into, like thinking about like you said, are you up to par with the current meta? Is something going to change drastically just as the tournament kicks in? Like if we compare this to TI, you've got these heroes that usually only show up in TI, you know, like the Earthshakers, the frequency of Rubik's, which you don't necessarily get to see in either scrims or other official games. So that can maybe a bit of a mess up with your head a bit. Varus dropping pretty low in the top lane, dueling with DJ and Jay. A lot of damage dealt. Salve already popped. DB is kind of left alone currently here, but should be okay with farming. A pretty aggressive start here from Fnatic's offlane.
I like this Blightstone purchase from DJ. He gets to trade. He starts winning the trade mode because usually it's hard to 1v1 a Bane with possible supports, but this Blightstone.
Oh, that might just be first blood. DJ gets taken down by DB. Nightmare into hook. Talk about these safe lane duos with an easy setup into damage. Talk about oracles and juggernauts. You got the root into spin. This time Nightmare into hook. Works nicely.
Simple combo.
Simple combos.
I know Into the Breach were doing this Pudge CM combo a lot. It's kind of annoying to play against.
I can feel that. Like,
Yeah.
you see CM, you're like, should I hit the CM? Should I run from the CM? It's like, oh, frostbite hook's coming. I think I'm dead, guys. Bottom lane, Womi pretty low as well. Jonah Wall almost getting the kill, but Womi turning around here onto the Undying. Gets a stiff decay off, but Raven just cutting out on vision. So Womi lives. It's going to be Vince picking up a second kill for Army Geniuses.
I'm not sure how good this kill is because they had to commit a lot. Marcy only has 5 CS compared to the 9, 10 against Luna,
And it is a
spending
support.
a lot of he's spending a lot of net worth on resources.
Talk
Just to
about
stay
good
on the
deaths or
lane.
bad deaths. Mid lane, there's the dive, level 4 Batrider, but instant TP's kicking an AG. You can say this is a rather good one. Only one of the supports manages to TP on time. It's going to be Vince to the rescue.
I mean, great kill for Storm. It's gonna boost his game up. He's gonna get a faster bottle timing, and that's gonna feel very bad with this death. I think one more death on mid lane and Storm can just kind of lead the game his way.
He's going to help him keep that level 6 pace up. Armel. I mean, you gotta go for it. You are a Batrider in the end. You hit level 3, level 4, maybe even level 5, and you just straight up go for it. 1 point in Flame Break, 2 points in Napalm.
I mean,
Sometimes
every
it's
time
enough.
I'm playing like bat mid, and I just wanna, when I hit like level 4, you get Flame Break and you have like 4 stacks. You just wanna dive them, you know. You don't give a shit, and then you often get punished by it, which kind of sucks. But they do take the top rune as well from Batrider, so he's gonna be less on resources. Like I mentioned, that taking runes from Batrider, he's gonna feel very bad, especially when he's dying mid as well.
Yeah. And that was actually pretty smart from Varus that he does not have a ward in the triangle, but he went to look for DJ because he was not in the lane at the time. So he's probably stacking for not necessarily Visage, but for the Luna. And manages to interrupt the pull. You've got a sentry now blocking the camp. You get the water rune away as well. And now in the top lane, setting up on DJ. DB walking in. They don't have Nightmare available, but it's not needed. Too much slow from the 2 points in Rot and connecting the hook. DB, second kill for the Pudge. It's another Flesh Heap stack for him.
This top lane is looking very rough for Fnatic right now. This Pudge has Vanguard now, and he's gonna be able to sit on the lane top for like 10 minutes, unless Batrider rotates top. Extending the laning stage.
Kind of
So Mossy
wears
can-
down the Blightstone as well now from the Willow. Like, you
Yeah.
can't touch this Pudge anymore.
I mean, I like the idea, but kind of just didn't work out, I guess. And it gives time for Marcy to recover on the
look at
bot
mid.
lane.
Vinz is also now setting up for Armel. He does have a ward behind him, so Varus is backtracking. And here we go. Slow's coming out with the silence onto Armel. In Your Dream, jumping in. Does get the Vortex before the Flame Break connects, and that's going to be a dead Batrider. And even a cancel TP Fnatic can't get there on time. Despite the ward plays down, they do not get the backup on time that they needed for this. And that's going to be another kill that the Batrider is involved in.
Like I mentioned, just mid thing is going to be the main focus, and Army Genius is doing a very good job TPing in when Batrider's diving and rotating when Storm is hitting the level 6 timing.
And a DD rune now for Storm too. Take it away. Vinz is still here. They want to take this fight. He's pretty low on mana on In Your Dream side, but still trading off. But look at this. The lasso from Armel is going to be enough. He's burning the Storm down, and they're going to take this Skywrath as well. Maybe a bit too optimistic for Army Genius as Fnatic get two.
Yeah, it's a very, very cocky play right there.
Very low on mana. I guess they were believing the fact that Batrider might be just him and the Willow, or maybe just a lone Batrider coming for the power rune. So AG, I think they just read that situation a bit wrong.
I mean, this death brings Batrider's game back again. He's ahead of net worth now after just dying twice mid. So I think Batrider's very happy with this.
What do you think about the comeback mechanisms these days compared to like maybe like half a year or a year ago?
I mean,
have they changed at all in your eyes?
Not really. I think the only thing they would like put in small changes to how much gold and XP you would get from multi-kills, kill streaks with heroes, but it doesn't change the fact that you can still come back from games. So
well, at least in the eyes, a lot of heroes dropping around the map. They're gonna find Raven in the bot lane. We did see the Bane's TP in mid getting cancelled with the flame break into the roots. Then a top lane kill onto the Visage, followed up with Raven falling, ganked by the Marcy and the Skywrath. So we're up to 3 and 7 after the first 8 minutes of play. Visage following as the last core with 2.5k net worth. We got Pudge and Batrider at the top, breaking the 4k in just a moment. Still keeping up to that 5k per 10-minute pace. Things are rather good here.
Visage feeling very shit right now.
Yeah.
Very bad, and I think that Fnatic gonna need to do a lot to enable his game so he can do what he needs to do with his birds and Wraithback timing.
Yeah, it feels rough.
Somehow.
It feels very rough playing from behind as a Visage, because you know that well, my early game impact, if it doesn't work out, I need to get to level 12 ASAP, and I need to have an item ready by the time that happens. Armel going for a gank into the Dire jungle. They're gonna find Varus. They also saw the Pudge, but Pudge looking for an angle for the hook. Not gonna get it on time, and if he did hook the Batrider, it might have just been him dying because the lasso is still available. He is gonna go for it. Does not connect this time. Both of Fnatic heroes spreading round and about, but they will find the Undying. And Vin's gonna get caught in the roots, and from the flame break into another root that's just gonna burn the Skywrath down. They spot the Marcy too. Womi, he does have backup in the form of In Your Dream hiding in the tree line, and there we go with the zap coming in. They've got the Vortex to connect onto Armel. Womi dropping very low with the lasso is gonna connect as well. Womi still jumping back in. For a moment it looked like he might have actually got out there with the repose, but not gonna happen this time. That's gonna be a fair trade here for Fnatic, trading off the Undying and getting themselves 2 instead.
A lot of space for Luna and Visage to catch up with this play in bottom. They're bringing all the heroes bottom instead of like punishing the Visage. Visage able to farm the triangle freely.
Yeah, getting your heroes back up while Batrider enjoying these small snowbally kills coming in. You've got the TP boots already built up. Going into a BKB at this pace, going to be a fairly good timing for it. But Army Geniuses, they came out strong in the first 5 minutes of the laning stage. Now it feels like they might end up falling a bit behind with the occurrence of these last 2-minute kills. It's been going in the favor of Fnatic. At least you can at least get a tower trade here in the bot lane and open up the bottom half of the map. But how much do you actually get with this tower kill?
I mean, usually when you take towers in Dota, the enemy team, the best way, if you cannot defend it, is to farm the jungle. That's on that side. So bottom, if you farm bottom area of the jungle, AG is not going to really gain anything net worth wise. You just get the tower, and you've already farmed everything, so they can't really farm anything at all. So you're winning in this situation, and you're wasting the time just taking a tower.
Yeah, it's not like you're playing a late game carry lineup where like TVs and stuff would really enjoy taking that bottom tower early on to have full control of the Diamond Triangle and the Radiant jungle half. So now you have heroes like Pudge and Storm who would like to kind of have a mixture of farm a bit and kill somebody in between instead of just going full out max out farm.
They get the top tower from Fnatic, just, you know, helping out the Visages game, which is very good by them. This Batrider is doing a lot with the power of TPing on side lanes and being able to react to enemy moves, and he's getting successful kills. And in turn, making space for his team as well, where AG is bringing a lot of heroes and the rotations are not really working out for them. So we'll see how they respond to that and how they will.
They're smoking mid. They're gonna find DJ. He does get the Shadow Realm off, but will be in the Fiend's Grip at the same time and Unleash. Plus the Brain Sap 2 points gonna be enough to burst down the Dark Willow. Meanwhile, while that was happening, Raven and Januel were both using Tombstone to farm up those big stacks in the triangle, completely uncontested by Army Genius. As Womi gonna get the jump onto the Undying, gonna get the toss out as well. But this Undying is unfazed by what's happening, slowing down the Marcy. 160 movement speed. Where you gonna go? Armel with the Flame Break, gonna be catching the Marcy into the lasso. An attempt from Womi to jump on the Undying backfires. Now Raven's gonna be joining in for the push. They've got 4 heroes in mid. This might be your tier 1 going down in the mid lane, unless Army Genius is able to defend it. They're hiding in the trees. DB, Varys, in your dream. DD Rune on the Storm as well. There's the hook. Batrider does get the Flame Break out, but the jump coming in as well. We've got the Eclipse from Raven. It's only a 2-point Lucent Beam, but it's doing a decent amount of damage. DB down a half HP. Going to be rooted up as well. In your dream with another jump in as well. Skywrath ulti does connect, but the Luna's still alive. DB, he's going to be falling in the middle, just burning alive. They're going to be losing the Bane as well as John and Jay just keeping up the pressure. Raven getting to participate in this entire fight as Fnatic's frontline take down 3 and the mid tower. And that is basically Army Genius is losing a lot of their capability as Fnatic just runs them over.
Yeah.
Could that be Roche?
Possibly, but yeah, they're looking to do Roche actually. Interesting. They kill it very fast.
early Roshan, yeah.
It's very nice for Luna. First Aegis, you get to just farm up on Luna, get like 2 or 3 items, speed up your game without worrying about, you know, having to die. And this gives a...
Oh, double bash from Roche.
Oh, close.
A bit too close to comfort. But Fnatic, that's a 14-minute Roshan with a Luna lineup. It couldn't seem better than what it is. Fnatic very happy with this one. Now 2k up ahead as well in net worth. And, well, looking at the Gaben graphs, they're not giving much for AG anymore because it was a 55-45 game. Of course, we shouldn't blindly trust these, but 73% win probability for Fnatic after that last fight, and Roshan being given away.
Yeah, I mean, this mid tower was just... I mean, Fnatic were just ready as 5, and AG didn't bring the number game in this fight, and they had the Wraithback timing on Visage, like I said, and they successfully won the fight, got the mid tower and rush, which...
And they're on the hunt for more. Like, Fnatic is all the time just ruining AG's plans to get anything done. Varys wanted to put some wards down. Potentially was looking for a kill with the Marcy showing up, but Fnatic already shows up with 3 extra heroes. And AG just can't get anything done right now on the map.
Yeah, I mean, this... I think they're gonna look to maybe wait for Pudge's axe with Marcy's BKB and look to make some rotation with that. Top lane.
Top lane. All right, that's a pretty good kill.
Very good silent kill.
Over 600 gold given, and in the bot lane, oh, they got the Aegis as well from Arm. This is actually really good for AG if they can keep it up. Raven turning around with the Eclipse, but there's the Fiend Script coming out from the Bane, locking down Raven, down to half HP, getting tossed by Womi, and they're gonna lose the Luna. Raven gonna be taken down, DJ dying as well. What is happening? Fnatic finding AG finding 4 Fnatic heroes, make it 5 with the Visage, full-on team wipe. Triple kill for DB, and he's just finished his Aghanims on the Pudge thanks to that fight. 11,000 damage dealt versus the 5k from Fnatic. Just a complete backfire.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very good read by AG. Batrider got caught off top, and then Luna showing bot. And they have the Bane ready to set up, get the Luna kill, and then punish them because they know they can't all be there straight away.
Yep.
So good read by AG, honestly.
I guess they just used Fnatic's own tools against them, because Fnatic always showing with a lot of heroes in one area. Them being able to find 2 openings on 2 separate lanes and quick rotation to the bot lane to take the rest of Fnatic's team was a, like you said, very good read from AG, and I think that's what's keeping them in the game as well. Like, that's a lot for DB to... he's top on net worth again.
Yeah, this Pudge is gonna have a very nice time now with the axe. Fighting will be a lot easier. Luna doesn't have his BKB yet.
Yep. Kaya Sanj for the Storm Spirit is now ready. Get to open up the map as well for these tier 2 neutral items to be picked up. They are making their way towards the top lane. Armel and Junwell. Vinz is on the high ground though, but not much of a chance given for this birdie. Burnt alive. Kind of got some decent damage onto the bat, but that's about it.
I don't think Sky cares about this. Now they have them BKB and Marcy. I think when Sky is up, they're gonna look to smoke probably on the Luna because they know that he's not gonna have BKB for a while. Or they could smoke on the bat to either force his BKB or catch him off. They're smoking already.
Oh, AG are smoking up. Womi, Varish, in your dream. You've got the familiars around. They can see him. I believe they also see the storm. Nope, they don't see the storm route, so they're going to get the jump onto the Visage. Perfect target to go for. Not popping the Wraith Pack just quite yet. Doesn't look like he's going to pop it at all. So that's 1 down. Armel gets the TP away. BKB was used up on the Marcy. It's going to be 2 kills for AG. Jay also managing to deny the DD rune with the birds as he was disengaging with familiars. The smoke does lead into something, but that is also your 9-second BKB off of the Marcy. Armel does have the Dark Willow here to help out in the bot lane. Storm's here. There we go with the Fiend Script right onto Armel with the Batrider. BKB not going to be popped yet. Now will be able to as the Fiend Script runs its course. And that's basically where they run out of damage too. Womi doesn't get there in time.
BKB first. It's so good enough.
Guess
Gives
that's a
more
decent
time.
trade-off, yeah.
It just means when his BKB is off cooldown that he's gonna be scared to push side lanes because they know that he knows that he can die from Storm or whoever hero that will be ready to catch on the side lane.
Let's see if they can make something happen with the Visage. Showing up on the top lane. DB and Vinz are both very careful about this. They do have the deep ward showing that there's at least 2 heroes in the top area. Might be even more with Raven and DJ. Inside the triangle, DB's going to be backing out of there for now. He's halfway to his BKB. Very much needed. Possibly AG's just waiting for their timings on the next items, right?
Yeah, I think they're just waiting it out.
Battle in bot lane though. Armel is gonna get blown up by the off-lane Marcy. That's your BKB on cooldown, can't do much.
Reza showed it in TI qualifiers how Marcy off lane is strong.
Oh, they did connect the hook. They've got the Visage caught inside. Here comes the Eclipse turnaround. DB down a half HP. J living with 80 HP. It's going to be enough. And In Your Dream on the hunt. Doesn't get the connection kill. The Gravekeeper's Cloak's going to keep him alive. Able to get the stick charges out just in time to keep that Storm away. So Visage lives. They're all sitting under the ward now and disengaging. So AG, they get no kill, but they don't lose any either. There's the counter smoke, though. Oh, DB, they're going to be in a world of hurt now. DJ shows up. They've got everybody collapsing on top of DB. The Pudge is dead. Slaughtered by Fnatic. That fake back smoke.
Yeah, it was very smart. I think Pudge wasn't expecting this, so he stayed on top and they got the kill from him.
It's as if they knew that AG probably has a ward somewhere in the area, but it's not on the cliff because they've got their own sentry and their own obs in there. So backed out, went for the smoke. Now they're going to get a tower and also a Bane on top. AG still can't get their full 5-man roster up because Fnatic finding another kill, and Roshan is going to be a minimum of 30 seconds. And it's going to be back up again. Another smoke. In the cover of darkness, no vision for AG inside their own top jungle. Fnatic with full 5 heroes. Vince is there. The wards are going to be showing a lot of Fnatic heroes arriving. Hook save from DB. They're soaking up the Mystic Flare on the Dark Willow. Armel still chasing, looking for the lasso. BKB bumped as well. Will get the Marcy. Marcy in BKB as well, so Womi's not going to be taking a lot of damage. In Your Dream jumping in the back line. Doesn't get a lot of damage. They're just disengaging on AG's side. They've burnt a lot from Fnatic, and Fnatic unable to connect into a kill. All the way back into base for AG.
This 5-man from Fnatic looks very hard to deal with from AG. I think AG needs to put a little bit of focus on pushing out lanes more because Fnatic are just moving around as 5, and they're going for the smoke play actually. They don't have the BKB and Pudge.
Fnatic should know. They should be reading this, I guess. Nobody's showing up on any lane. It's been some time. Varish will find Visage. In Your Dream's going to be jumping in, but it gets stunned up by the Visage. And they're just going to blow up the Bane. No Fiend script for you. Raven with a BKB is getting pulled off by the Pudge. Raven still living with half of his life pool, though, and DB's just going to get massacred. This is rough for AG. They've lost their 2 big teamfight heroes. Fnatic, they run into the Roche pit, but he's not up there for another 20 seconds. And we'll still be able to clear out this Roche pit area for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, this smoke was very rushed. I think if you look at bot lane and top lane, lanes were like in their faces. So Fnatic were just ready in a triangle together, ready for the smoke, and they reacted very well.
Jay actually preemptively cast the stone form on the ground, but still gonna get the connection with 1 stun. Vortex used as well. Womi is intercepting. He needs to buy time for the Storm to disengage, and here we go. John Wells there, silences Alvin's. Mystic Flare still on cooldown for 2 seconds, but it's not required. Marcy's got enough damage for Visage. Oh, the smoke play. Varish survives with 9 HP. Familiars ain't good enough for breaking smoke, so Vince is dead, but it's only 1 hero lost.
Not looking good for AG. And Roach is up right now with shots, so...
Yeah, it is a 4K lead now for Fnatic. Roche is alive. They're going to be taking the Aegis. There's a shard as well. Luna could actually pick it up too, because I've actually seen some good stuff about the Eclipse shard on the Luna. I tried it out the first time it came, and it's like 285 damage with a maxed out Eclipse that you can get for a couple seconds. And if you have Daedalus, it hurts a lot, yeah.
What is it now?
You get 15 attack damage per Lucent Beam. So you can still cast your own Lucent Beams in the middle of the Eclipse. And if you have Aghanims, it bursts them even faster. So you get a massive amount of right-click damage. It's kind of
cool.
like a bristleback warpath.
I mean, if all 12 beams hit, you get 180 bonus damage from Eclipse.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of fucking damage.
Fnatic smoked up inside the triangle. Nobody there. Vision is being placed down. DB is shown in the bottom. Raven sees DB. DB doesn't see Raven, though. And this is going to be a trap for the Pudge. Armel TP's in. There's a lot of backup, at least from AG. But they're not going to be making it in time, are they? BKB still available for the Pudge. And is able to get it. The tombstone's down as well. And the chase is on. 500 HP. Just a couple more right clicks from Raven should do. Nightmare save from Varys. And there's the Bane gone. And Pudge trying to make a run for it. 200 HP. Armel. BKB's up. What's this kill? Familiar stuns. Yes, they can. Undying secures the double kill. Fnatic getting the push on creeps are there. Tier 2's gonna fall. They're gonna go high ground with this. Pudge down for 40 seconds.
Another racks are just gonna melt with the Luna and the Visage Birds together.
Yeah, you got Boots of Bearing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of attack speed kicking in here. Forcing out the glyph. Trying to spread out waves, but it does look like the story's coming to an end for AG here at game number 1. It's not over yet, but chances are slim. That's your tier 3 down. Vin's on the right side, hiding in the trees. In your dream, ready to go in. 10 seconds for BK for the Pudge to come up. They blow up the Aegis. That's going to be life number 1. Still a BKB up on Raven. Not too phased by this. There's another Glyph available. Still continuing with a push. DB's back alive. Gonna land the hook. Nope, misses. And that's your racks down. Here's the jump from In Your Dream. Wants to get some revenge on Luna. Luna down to 1300. BKB is being popped as well. Pudge in trouble. 3 seconds for BKB. Doesn't have it right now. And will be able to, or will he? Just getting nuked by Raven. There's the BKB just to disengage. But they've already lost the racks. They forced the buyback out of the Bane. Fnatic, they can just happily retreat now. They've done the damage.
Pretty rough for AG now. I think they missed a chance. Or like Fnatic just doing very well with running around as 5, but I think AG are not reading the situation very well by focusing on the side lanes more, because Fnatic's 5-man is just overwhelming for AG right now. And I think fights are just very hard because of the overwhelming physical damage that they're dealing altogether. I think if Pudge has the time to get like Shiva, Blink, and maybe get the jump on the Luna and just 100 to 0 him, I think they can win the fight, since they don't really have much save from Fnatic.
Yeah.
But
Just a casual 2 quick items as your racks are falling. If only. But the mid racks are going to be going down. Armel going for the aggressive blink in. Catches the Pudge. DB going to get stun locked. There's the Nightmare, but it's not going to do enough. That's one down. Warming with the BKB. The Unleash is coming out. They're going to take down Jay. They're going to take down Joe Noel. They're going to find 2 quick kills In Your Dream. Chasing onto DJ. That's going to be 3. So 2 lanes of racks down, but at least 3 kills. Raven. And there's the stun, comes out the basher from Marcy. It's going to be enough for Raven, turning around, full-on man mode, but it's not going to be enough. Fnatic have lost 4. AG capable of still fighting back with whatever tools they have, but it's necessary for them to keep them alive in this game. It's a costly one for Fnatic. It's a good jump for AG, though. They sacrificed the Pudge so that Marcy could deal 4,000 damage in that fight.
it's costly for Fnatic, but how costly is it? Because is it gonna really change much for Fnatic to just 5-man top right
Yeah,
now?
it was the Pudge you needed all those items on, right?
Yeah.
He's the one who ends up being dead, but at least Marcy getting 2 pieces closer towards getting an Aghanims is going to give that basic Dispel while you have the Unleash. It's going to be dealing a lot of physical damage. Technically, our offlaner is also becoming a really good right clicker, at least against the supports off of Fnatic. You see the Willows and the Undyings. They're rather soft in terms of their armor. Willow's got 8. Dying's got 11. They're not too great at handling physical damage.
Nah.
30 minutes into this game, we got a 9k lead and a 95% win probability for Fnatic. AG gonna do the only thing that they can do right now. It is a Hail Mary smoke. Looking at buybacks, they only got Marcy buyback too.
If they get the jump on Undying, this fight will look good for AG if he doesn't get his tome off.
They have no vision on the bottom half, but if DB spotted, it's go time. There we go, they see John Wall. Undying is the one they start the fight off of, and that's going to be one quick kill for them. Jumping in, feed scripts there as well. Raven being held in place. Luna's about to drop at 600 HP. No, it's not going to be enough. Womi nukes her down, and now onto the Visage as well. Jay is down, Varish will fall too, but the Willow can't do anything. Fnatic, again, 4 heroes down, just at the cost of the Bane. And AG, they are still fighting back with 5% win probability, but at least these fights are definitely 100% them.
I mean, they just have to buy time for Pudge to start scaling more. He can 1v5 this game. And like I said, that they get the jump on Undying, he doesn't get his tome off. Fight already looks over Fnatic, and then they get a amazing grip from Bane on Luna, and they jump him and just 100 to 0 him because they don't have any saves for this Luna, which helps them win the fight.
Gotta love infinite scaling on your team.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just only one hero that infinitely scales that seems to sometimes completely backfire and do absolutely nothing, and I think we can both agree it's Legion Commander.
I mean,
at least in pubs.
I play this hero and like you get 0 duels, you're just pure useless in the game. You need like 400 damage to, you know, carry this game.
Pretty much. Like, I've seen so many LCs with like 900 to 1,000 damage that just do absolutely nothing. They're either disarmed or stunned or over aggressively just dying somewhere. It's like, well, there's your infinitely scaling hero.
1,000? I've never seen 1,000 in my life.
Oh. I guess I'm the one playing in a scrub level, though.
I guess.
Possibility for it. But hey, with this game still going, AG, they can get their buybacks up. They've got 2. Bane's still on cooldown for 2.5 minutes. Marcy bought out, so she's going for Linken's. Doesn't want to get lassoed. I think Womi is a really big piece of their team fight in terms of damage. So I think the Linken's is a very good item choice, even if you already have like BKB. So you're just making sure that you're able to hit.
I mean, it's just for the lasso, the only spell that Fnatic has that can disrupt team fights. And they already have a Linken's on Storm, they have the Linken's on Marcy, which are the heroes that Fnatic really need to focus on fights. And now it makes it even harder for Fnatic to fight. I think they need to now look at carrying the fight more, like carrying their BKBs so they can get the spells off and bait their spells.
Fnatic hasn't been doing much aggression inside the last 3 to 4 minutes. Are looking to take over map control once again. Creeps are pushing in the base, they're pinging it out, they're staying stacked up, covering all corners of vision. They're going to smoke up themselves, and this is going to be costly for AG. Somebody has to defend this base. In your dream, getting close to base, but the timing's going to be awkward. Fnatic's already going in, and with the vision provided, Womi with the DD rune gets popped. Rooted up as well. Willow coming in. They've got the Linken save. The hook's there, but the lasso goes through, and they've got Womi. Womi in trouble. Marcy falling. Marcy down for 75 seconds. Vince is dead as well, and it's just no good for AG. Let's see if they can even disengage anymore. Maybe the Storm can get out, but Pudge, no blink, no nothing. He's in trouble. Oh, the link gets popped, but the hook doesn't connect, and Pudge is stuck between the Familiars and the entire Fnatic team. They are just landing on top of this Pudge. DB down to half HP. BKB used, trying to teleport away, and is able to get home. Baron's looking for the teleport as well. In your dream, has to go for the long zip-zap all the way back home. Willow unable to catch him on time, but that did buy enough time for Army Geniuses to hold for just a bit longer.
It was kind of unfortunate. Marcy got caught off position, and then they broke the Linken's and got the lasso. So it was good on Fnatic, but AG weren't ready for Fnatic smoke, so
Imagine if they were able to actually, no pun intended, unleash that DD Marcy.
I mean he would have one-shot that Luna if he got to, actually. Just 100 to 0 in one punch, I think.
Roshan spawning right now. Fnatic's going to be securing yet again another Roche Refresher Shard. Army Geniuses. Do they have any smokes? They don't. They are out of smokes. They don't even have one in the shop. Gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Roche is already dead. Yep. Do they turn around? They're considering it. They're actually staying for quite some time here, hoping for a lone wanderer from Fnatic.
I think AG's play is to catch them off guard because they can't really defend the top Rex.
Yeah.
Need to start the fight.
Might be a mid-tier 1 tower going down, maybe. Catapult, one more hit. Nope. 40 HP remains. No tower kill. Gotta look at all the all the small things in life.
It's true.
They have only destroyed one single tower this game. That is how grim it is for AG. Haven't been able to push ever since taking that bot tier 1. Fnatic instead has been destroying every single structure they've seen so far. In Your Dream aggressive. Jump in between. Pops the BKB. He targets the Undying. Tries to take him down solo. Running low on mana. Has to disengage. And John Noel will live. And here comes Armel with revenge. They've got the Nightmare to save the punch for now. DB does get the BKB off in time. But there's a Tombstone. They've also got Raven on the high ground as well. They've got another Lasso coming in as well. They've got the Marcy. Womi on the low ground. No BKB available. Has to try and get out. And Womi just barely getting himself out. But DB's dropping low. They did pop out the Aegis at least away from Fnatic. But they are running out of tools. They're running out of heroes. They're running out of buildings. They've got Mega Creeps and just one more Rax as this melee's about to fall with the Glyph still on. In Your Dream, the 5x are coming in for the Pudge as well. Vin's coming in from the side with Varys. They've only got birds remaining and the Rax are gone. John Noel's there. Jay's half HP currently as well. Pudge getting rooted and stunned once again. Raven just throwing in free right clicks. Fear on 2 and they're going to go in with it. Fnatic, they're going to take down Vince and Varys and Pudge to fall. That should be game. GG's called out by Army Geniuses and Fnatic. They styled their way through game number 1. There were some moments for AG when it looked good, but those were only counted in mere minutes as Fnatic. They dominate this one.
Yeah, GG. GG's by Fnatic. Just the overwhelming 5-man Army Geniuses just weren't able to read it properly, so it looked hard. But they had there were moments where it looked like AG could win. So
there's that visit you talked about, 16,000 building damage. You know,
yeah.
Once you recover from that early game stage, which Fnatic really well did. They did buy the space for Visage, while Armel was kind of playing the, well, I wouldn't say sacrificial role, but the guy making the big plays. Even if he dies, he's still making space for the others to get back in. Luna farming, Visage getting stronger. And then the backfire fight from Army Geniuses, when it looked good for them. Like, okay, that's a fantastic fight you just took. You got to pick off in top, you're TPing bottom, you get the Luna first, you're killing a lot of heroes there. But what did you really gain from that? Like, I feel like AG weren't able to connect from one plan to another plan. I feel like they'd only had like a one-dimensional thought process from one to another. And then, like, what do we do after?
I think they were just being very optimistic as well in some moments, like the mid fight where they tried to kill the Batrider and they all died there. I think that was when the game looked very hard for them, because they threw away all the lead that they were building upon, and then they give up mid tower, 3 heroes, and then rush, which kind of just made the game a lot easier for Fnatic to play.
Well, that also clears. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry for cutting out.
I just say, but they did punish some plays from Fnatic, but you know, that's about it.
Well, that is game number 1 in the bag for Fnatic. But what's going to happen in game number 2, we're going to find out after the break. So we're going to take a tiny breather here with T-Panda symetricaL, and we'll return with Fnatic versus HE game 2. See you in a bit.